Keondre,
Yes, sir.
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. So Chris Ash has come in and changed the way that this defense has been presented. What are some of the impressions that you have from Chris Ash, and what has been the biggest difference with the change in the defense?
Well, I mean, from 3-4 to the 4-2 or 4-5, however he said. I forgot he said, but just to change to where he put me in position to make more plays. Being instead of a head up and being a shade 2-eye, what he says is it feels so much better being in this system. Better opportunities to make plays. Get to get after the quarterback, get to get more plays, not being pretty much getting double teamed every play like I was at a 3-4, but just better opportunities to make plays, pretty much.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Keondre. I actually wanted to get, maybe you can expound on that a little bit. I mean, can you describe for the average person just how important eye shade is and how you line up, and just what a difference whether you line up on the inside or the outside of a guy, how much that makes a difference?
I mean, just being in the 3-4, when you just head up, a lot of teams, or you have 3 D linemen down there, they will do max protection, pretty much where 6 against 3, and you're supposed to win that against 3 D linemen. And so me being at the nose, I'm getting hit from left, right, down the middle, every play. So it's pretty annoying where you want to make plays, but you really can't because you're getting triple team or double team every play.
Yeah.
And so when you get to move into the shade, into the 2-eye, it gives opportunity where the offense has to pretty much now game plan against 4 D linemen, and probably even 5 if we blitz or do anything like that. So it's like, okay, instead of having 6 against 3, it's 6 against 4 or 5 against 4. And that's a better opportunity to make plays. So then I'm being right there to where it's either you're going to double team the tackle or you're going to double team me, the DN, whoever's performing better at that time. So it just gives everybody opportunity to make plays and gives me a better chance to get valued as a tackle on the DN at that time.
Yeah, and it seems like too, you're right. When it's like 6-on-3, like you're saying, I mean, you got to be an all-world, all-American to make plays. But it seems like in this format, you don't necessarily have to be perfect because there's at least one extra body that they have to account for to help you. Is that fair?
Yes, sir. You just got to do your job and just stay in your gap. That's what Coach Ash preached to us all the time, stay in your gap. Coach Hagan preaches that. Just do your job. You do your job, everybody else can do their job, and this makes the defense better.
Yeah, Keondre, Alfred Collins got in for the first time, made his debut, had a sack. Are you sure he's a freshman? He sure seems to be a lot more mature than a lot of freshmen.
His body don't look like a freshman, but his face do. But, I mean, that dude right there from the jump, not having a spring ball and all that, just coming straight through the summer pretty much. You know how that went. This dude was approved. This dude's right there is a monster. Like, real life, we call us the D-line big dogs and stuff like that. That's a big dog for real. And he comes in every day. He loves to practice. That's one person I know that loves to practice. He smiles a lot. He goofy. But just to see him get that sack, he's been doing that all fall camp. And just to see him doing the game, it was just amazing. The fact that he did it first game was amazing to me. He just keep proving himself every day. He's a dominant player.
Dennis, you're up.
Keondre, 59-3 blowouts don't happen without talented depth. When you look across the board, how much depth do you think you guys have? Because it has improved a lot over the last few years.
I mean, like you said, depth. The D-line state is good because it's me and TQ. Then if we go down, then you got T-Sweat right behind me. He should be a starter too, if you want to be honest. And then you got Alfred right behind TQ. That's just as good as TQ. Pretty much, we make each other better with being competitive every day in practice, trying to fight for each other's position. And then you got the DBs, just like I said, you got depth behind them, Jay Green and Keondre and all them. And then Crawford, even the freshmen are improved because in this defense is just, I guess he preached where you don't never know when you're going to get on the field. Just ball out, play. And it's like everybody's having fun just playing. And, I mean, the linebackers, there's so much depth over there. You don't know who's going to start, to be honest. And then you have the safeties, incredible. And, I mean, it's just having the depth and just seeing that now when we playing. So, we're like, if I get off the field, I don't have to be nervous or somebody else getting in to take my position to where I feel like he could do better than me. It's so amazing, though.
Thanks.
Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, Keondre, just wanted to ask you about the run defense a little bit. Y'all held UTEP, I think, about 43 rushing yards. They're averaging maybe about 1 yard a carry. So just how good do you feel about the run defense right now, and how good do you think y'all can be moving forward this year?
I mean, just take it game by game. I mean, our game plan was to stop them in the run and stop them in the pass. So I think we did that first, and then just got to do better with the pass a little bit better. And then we're good. I mean, we just take that as when I'm on the field, I want to get the plays I can. So if I'm on the field for 2 plays, I'm going to take advantage of them 2 plays and stop the run if they're going to do that. But, yeah, so I mean, that's always the first thing is if you stop the run and they have to pass, and that's when you get off the field when they try to pass.
Now, I'm just curious, how obviously this has been a really strange year for y'all. Weren't sure if we were going to make it to the opening game. Just how strange and different did this year feel compared to last year playing an actual just normal football game?
I mean, it felt weird because you didn't know – at one point, we didn't know if we were going to be able to play. We had them 3 months of layout to where I was sitting there thinking, like, are we going to play this year? Like, what would I do if I didn't have to play this year? Like, I just didn't know. Then we came back, and then slowly with the masks on the helmets where I couldn't even breathe, and then slowly getting that off and practicing and getting back in football shape. And it was kind of like weird, like, okay, but then we got the season, then find out we ain't going to have no fans to where we're going to have this type of fans. And just having the actual college experience is kind of weird, especially for the freshmen, I think. But for me, coming here for 2 years, at first, seeing how packed the stadium was, and now it was looking like spring ball, probably even practice. It was kind of weird because I could actually hear my coach on the sideline screaming. But it's just a weird atmosphere now. But just the fact that I get to play football I'm really enjoying that right now.
Chip, you have a question?
Yeah, Keondre, a couple of things. So the D-line is the big dogs. Who came up with that? And BJ Foster, Tom talked about him, being apologetic about leaving the game against UTEP. How do you think the teammates will take BJ back?
I mean, the first thing, the big dog, you already know, Roach, always come with the nickname. We said that since last year, but we just brought it to this year. And we just say it all the time, me and T-Sway, we're trying to make a play, big dog. But then with BJ's situation, I didn't know nothing about it. But just he's a brother. And, I mean, we always going to take a brother in any time, any situation. So, I mean, I just talked to him and just, I really don't want to get into his head because he probably has something else going on. It's not my business. But, I mean, that's my brother. So I'm going to take him in anytime. But the team, I feel like we just took it as another day and just get back to work.
Danny, you're up.
Hey, Keondre, in your opinion, why was TQ voted a captain, and how does his leadership style compare or contrast with the other captains you've worked with, like Malcolm and Chris Nelson?
Have you ever heard TQ voice? Like Darth Vader, but he just has that demand of being a leader because he's a senior. He's been helping me since I was a freshman, telling me what to do. So that's how I voted him as a leader. I felt he was a leader to me, but then plus in our D-line room, Coach Hagan puts a lot of stuff on him to get to us. And the fact that he makes sure we come on time, make sure we're doing everything right, doing extra work after practice, even when you don't want to, he makes sure we do it. He leads that group very well. And then even with the team, by doing everything right, never missing workout, never missing lunch, dinner, any type of meals, always trying to be like the first one there, getting tape, getting extra treatment, just showing a leader how it's supposed to be. I think that's why he's a leader and the captain.
Marcus, you're up.
Yeah, Kendra, going back to the depth of the defensive line group, that's something that Coach Herman has mentioned a few times. Going further down that depth chart, beyond like the primary rotation there, is there anybody in maybe the threes or even the fours that has surprised you and is somebody that you think could step up here even this year or in the next few years?
I mean, you have Sawyer. He's a freshman. I mean, it's a little slow, but every day he's getting better and better and better with his hands, speed, just learn that position better because he was a tackle DN in high school. So coming to nose and playing tackle and nose was probably kind of difficult for him, but he's getting better every day. And you got Daniel Carson. He's good. You just got to get more technique and stuff down, and Coach Hankins get on him every day with that. And I think he could be a shocker too. But them two players right there are really coming up.
Jeff, go ahead.
Hey, Keondre, I know when we look at a box score, the only statistics we have to measure kind of success on are sacks and hurries, and I know it's more for you guys than that. So when you're watching film with Coach Asher, Coach Hagan, what are they grading you on? What are they charting to let you guys know whether it was a good play or a bad play, and how did you guys grade out in that area in the UTEP game?
I mean, yeah, us big guys don't get a really lot of praise unless you get a sack in TFL, but I mean, we get graded off of, did you stay in your gap? Did you use your hands right? Did you have pushback? Did you run to the ball? Like this, I mean, every team we play at, you got to run to the ball. So they really take care of the lows. So if everybody ran to the ball, they want to see 11 hats to the football. And if you don't, you get a minus for that. But just in the situation we played this weekend, did I get my hands right? Did I stay in my gap? Did I not get pushed out my gap? Did I do the right assignment, my right job? So you get graded off of that.
Cedric, go ahead.
Hey, Keondre, you guys missed so much in the spring as far as workouts and being together. How refreshing is it for you to rally together and still put on a big show and know that you're still on track to keep your hopes alive this early in the season?
It's amazing now because, in Corona, pretty much you lifting by yourself or lifting with a teammate that's from the area, sending videos in and just – not being with the team and then coming back with the team is amazing. Just seeing my brothers every day. And then get back on the football field. You don't know if you're going to be good because you had missed spring and all that. Then coming to this game and then dominated the way we did. Felt like everybody is in the same mindset and knows what we have to do to just make it to that next level. And it was fun being out there Saturday and plus being fun every day being with my team because you never know. I didn't know we would have this.
Got time for two last ones, Chip and then Brian.
Keondre, they say the closer you are to the ball, the harder it is to play as a freshman. So what is it about Collins that he does well that's allowed him to play as a freshman? And then what do you like most or what stands out most about T. Sweat?
Okay, for Collins, the fact that he's so quick. For his size, you see him, 6'6", look like a dinosaur, but 6'6", and he gets off the ball so fast, so quick. I call him fresh legs because he ain't been in the program that long yet, but so quick off the ball. And he uses his hand. He's so aggressive, so strong, and then he runs the ball, and just how fast he is. And you look at him, his speed is amazing because he used to play basketball, and see him on the court too, it's like, ain't no way a 6'6" doing that, but just how fast he is and how quick it is, like he learns very well and adapts very well too. And then T Sweat, he's just so funny and but how just fast and versatile he is. Like, to be honest, I think he's the best pass rusher we got. With all the moves he do, he funny with it. A cool friend, very quick off the ball too, very strong. If you see one play against UTEP, he threw the center so far in the backfield. I said, I thought he was snapping the ball, but T Sweat is very good. Tacks off the ball, gets very low, and then offers too. So yeah.
Last one, go ahead, Brian.
Keondre, can't let you go without asking if you saw Malcolm's play. He had a big tackle, for the Saints against the Bucks. Did you see that? And just how much does that charge up the guys in the room that, your boy undrafted made the roster and making plays?
I mean, that's just amazing, man. Playing with him last year, then just seeing him go to his hometown team and making plays as undrafted obviously proves the NFL scouts that they got it wrong for him. But, I mean, just seeing him balling out was amazing, seeing that because I didn't actually get to see the play live, but I've seen a bunch of videos. I had texted him that night and said, congrats, man, I'm so proud of you and keep doing it, big dog. And it was just amazing seeing a teammate that I played with that coached me around for the past 2 years make plays in the NFL. It's just something, you love to see, and I'm really proud of him.